And I want to play a little game or do a little experiment with you to illustrate the lived reality of the spatial apartheid. Let's pretend that I live in Sea Point and you and I both work in the same building in Strand Street in the city center. So even though we earn the same salary, even though we work in the same building, let's look at the differences in our lives. Okay, so you live in Atlantis and you got to get to Strand Street. What time do you wake up in the morning?
Okay, so you would have to wake up at least 5 o'clock in the morning to catch a bus before 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I think before the My City, we would have to leave. The last express bus was at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
If you miss that bus, you would get to the city after 8 o'clock. So,
Okay. But now
that
remember,
express bus,
we both work for
yeah.
in the same thing, in the same building, and let's say our boss is gonna dock your wages if you come after 8 o'clock, eh? So you gotta be there at 8 o'clock for the latest.
You've got to be there. That's right. You've got to be there at 8 o'clock. So which means you've got to wake up at least by 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Many other people traveling would wake up at least 4:30. I normally would wake up at 5 o'clock, run down the road, and it's dark and it's unsafe. But to catch that bus, if I miss that bus, then I'm late. You can be
Okay.
guaranteed you're going to be late. You're going to get a warning for being late,
Yeah.
and there's nothing else you can do. Or
Yeah.
you would have to run to the taxi rank, which is maybe 10 minutes away from where the bus stop is, pay that extra rands for the taxi. You already purchased your monthly or your weekly for the bus. Now you have to have extra money to take the taxi so that you can be on time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for your if while all of this is happening, I stay in Sea Point. I'm still sleeping, by the way, to get to the same place.
Yeah.
I'm setting my alarm for 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm hitting snooze. But all the way till 7:15. Okay, right.
Yeah,
So
Roscoe. Sorry, man. I'm just,
no problem.
as I go along, I'm thinking there's not even time to grab a cup of coffee.
Oh no, I'm
and
grabbing
definitely-
coffee at 7:15. Yeah, no problem for me.
So I'm exhausted when I get to town. When I get to work, I'm exhausted. I can't wait for that first cup of coffee when I get to the office.
No, I'm getting there fresh as a daisy. So then we both arrive at work at 8 o'clock. Okay, how long did it take you to get to work?
It would take me at least two hours, maximum 2 hours, depending on the traffic.
2 hours. Okay. I'm there in 15, 20 minutes. I'll Uber there plus all. Right.
Yeah.
So we both knock off at the same time at 4 o'clock. What's your journey home like?
Sure, the same. You have to rush for that. The last freeway was also at 6 in the evening. So if you missed that freeway, you would have to take a longer way home. So again, about 2 hours, depending on the traffic.
So leaving at 4. Okay, so by the time you're on the bus, I'm sitting in Biscuit Mill having a coffee, by the way, with my other colleagues who live in the area. So
you know what,
I just for you.
Exactly. I often had to skip drinks or coffees after work. I said no. I have to catch my bus.
Yeah.
So you would, people living in town would enjoy, before going home, they would enjoy a coffee or a drink or just some socializing. I didn't have that. You had to catch a bus to get home.
So then
you would,
go on.
Yep. And then you would obviously think about, I have to cook. I have to get things ready,
Yeah. But before you get there, before you get home, you have to walk from the bus stop to your house.
That's correct.
Okay, so what's that journey like?
Look, my house is about 10 minutes away from the bus stop. You just want to get home and relax, kick off your shoes, and so that is basically what you want to do. Most often, people traveling that journey would, as soon as they get into the bus, they would sit and sleep because it's almost like they're catching up on sleep. Everybody would do that, So you get off, you go home, and then you relax. You try to relax.
So then you have to do cooking. You have to cook and do the washing. Okay. So how long does that take?
So let's say I would get the 4:30, maybe the 5 o'clock bus. I would get home to 7 That's
7.
supper time.
Yeah. Okay.
That's more or less supper time, So I still have to cook. I have to prepare. I have to clean up. 9 o'clock, I'm done.
Okay, so you're done.
And
okay.
Maybe...
So by the time you're starting to cook, I'm ordering Uber Eats with all the money I'm saving on transport. Remember, we're earning the same amount of money. The only difference is where we stay. So my supper will come, like, let's say, for example, 45 minutes later while you're still cooking.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. And this is also one of the things that, you now, here's the other thing. You drive on Marine Drive, or you ride in Marine Drive, and then you see all these people jogging and cycling and walking, and you long to do that, and you can't do that because I'm on my way home. And by the time I get home, I don't have the energy. It's dark. There's nothing. You don't have a life, basically. Your life is waking up in the morning, getting to work, rushing back in the evening, cooking food, seeing to your family, sleep, same routine.
And then what time do you go to bed?
So I'm a nachtuil. Well, so if I'm not in bed by 10 o'clock, then I take long to sleep, to fall asleep. So that would be 10, 11 o'clock. Yeah. And then that few hours of sleep, and most often I don't sleep right through. I often wake up during the night. So broken sleep again for me, so it's not as if I'm getting a full 5 hours sleep.
Yeah. Oh no, I can stay up as long as I want because it only takes me 20 minutes to get into work. So I can, I'm on Netflix, I'm watching Squid Game, I'm doing all of these things because I stay, because spatial apartheid works for me. Again, that's not my story. That's just a hypothetical story about how, if in this example, if we're earning the same amount of money, working in the same place, how you would disadvantaged by spatial and structural apartheid. So
there's one more thing, Roscoe. There's one more thing. Traveling that distances also put you off from studying because classes would be at night, and how would you get home at night? So you blocked, you limited, to maybe to extend your education, etc. So I think it's not fair.